Okay, I just saw To the Wonder. Uh, Evidence right here. It's flipped around backwards, but To the Wonder, the new Terrence Malick movie. And I decided to kill some time a little bit by recording my thoughts instead of just posting it to Facebook. It was bad. It was really bad and frustrating. It was okay. I will say this about Terrence Malick. I liked Badlands. Days of Heaven, I'm a little hit or miss on. Thin Red Line, I kind of like. New World, I don't know. Brave New World and Thin Red Line look gorgeous, I will say that. Tree of Life, though, that was one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. It was 2 hours of beautiful National Geographic B-roll and nothing much else to it. It looked gorgeous, but there was nothing else much to that movie. Got family right next to me, looking at me like I'm crazy. I probably am. But then To the Wonder, it was just as pretentious as the Tree of Life and infinitely more frustrating. With the Tree of Life, you can look at it and go, oh, no idea what he was doing. Terrence Malick is just going through and just chopping pieces all together. And To the Wonder, you get the feeling that, okay, there was a narrative story going on here. There was Ben Affleck plays a guy who falls in love with Olga Kurylenko. I think that's how you pronounce her name. And they go back to the United States from France. Things are good. It doesn't work out. She leaves. He falls in love with Rachel McAdams. That doesn't go out too well. She leaves. Olga Kurylenko comes back. They get back together. They break up. Film ends. It's shorter than the Tree of Life, about 20-30 minutes. That's very good. It's shorter, but just as pretentious, if not more. There were scenes. This is like if you've seen Terrence Malick, then you know it's just like lots of really floating. Cameras moving like this. I'm gonna try to, and it's coming in close and it's moving far away and it's doing all these weird angles. And that's about it. There's nothing else in this movie, and then you have the poetry, though the poetry stuff he likes to do is like the love that loves us, and the most ridiculous, arty, fartsy, desperate kind of sounding. Oh, it sounds so artistic. That must mean it means something. No, it doesn't. Doesn't mean that it means anything. It just means that you're not telling a story or you're not writing properly. What else? And I'm watching this film and going, okay, there's lots of this stuff, there's lots of this, and then there's moments, like 30 seconds, where characters actually having dialogue, characters are interacting with each other. And then it immediately just cuts away, going, oh my god, we're actually trying to tell a story here. But there's no setup to the characters, no setup for the Ben Affleck character, the Olga Kurylenko character. There's how they met, why they're in love. Olga Kurylenko just plays a free spirit in the sense that, like Jessica Chastain in The Tree of Life, kind of free spirit. Like she just dances around and goes, "Oh, look at the trees! They're so pretty! They're so pretty." Um, and it's more frustrating than The Tree of Life because Tree of Life, you're watching 2 hours of National Geographic B-roll, and then every so often it cuts to Brad Pitt and Jessica Chastain, and their stuff is going on, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. Here, there's a film that does make sense in here. There is a decent film in here, but Terrence Malick got so distracted with his usual, oh, I have to be so artsy. Oh, look, it's so beautiful. Oh, look, it's just like, it's artistic masturbation, in my opinion. Not safe for work, guys. Sorry, but it, there's. I can at least say with the Tree of Life, it looked gorgeous. The stuff, the Earth shots and the celestial cosmic material, that looked gorgeous. It looked gorgeous. The rest of the film looked okay, and this film looked okay too. It didn't. Nothing about this movie in terms of the look, which you can only say about Terrence Malick. He makes there's a gorgeous looking film there. This looks like any other sort of art house movie. It doesn't. Oh no one's barking at me to move. So it's nothing special. So I can't even say. Oh, at least they're looking at pretty images. All you're doing is looking at images for 2 hours. It's Terrence Malick, I think, just needs a writer, or he needs no, he doesn't need a writer. He needs like an ed or a producer to stand over shit. No, Terrence, you're gonna tell the story. Be a director. Tell your story. And I know some people are right here gonna say, "Oh, but Rick, he's trying to tell a story without dialogue." And okay, then tell a story without dialogue, and you just want to tell it through expressions. And there are times when I'm watching the film and going, okay, I can get the expressions that they're portraying, what they're trying to do. But it's then frustrated when you have these segments of the film that are dialogue, and that you can tell, oh, there was actual dialogue shot, that this was a film that was shot as a dialogue film, a talkie. This was a talkie that went through the Terrence Malick machine, was diced up, chopped up, and using. There are times where you see the characters at mouse move, but you see no dialogue will come out, but then you hear a voiceover behind it, that sort of poetic, artsy bullcrap Terrence Malick likes. It's frustrating because there might have been a good film. Ben Affleck, I can't even judge. Performances are hard to judge because, once again, it's been hacked to pieces. Javier Bardem, who plays this priest, I don't know what he was doing in the movie. He has one scene with Ben Affleck. Olga Kurylenko goes to his church, and you get nothing of a feeling like maybe he's having a crisis of faith, or if what he's up to, because he speaks maybe 5 lines in terms of interacting with another character. The rest of it's just poetry. Christ to my left, Christ to my right, Christ above me, Christ beneath. This was, I was watching the film and I thought of the Nostalgia Critic, and in his review for The Cell, he had this little flash animation of Tarsum bouncing around going, asking me what it means, asking me what it means, asking me what it means. And I think that if the Nostalgia Critic ever does The Tree of Life, if he ever does Thin Red Line or any other Terrence Malick film, he can have a little Terrence Malick hopping around with Tarsum going, ask us what it means, ask us what it means, ask us what it means. And the film is probably not for me. I believe a director should tell a story. That a director, no matter what the story is, they should tell that story, and they should pick a device how they want to tell it. And if you want to tell a story silent with virtually no dialogue or no dialogue whatsoever, then tell it like that. Don't shoot the film with dialogue and then say, no, I'm just going to cut it all out. Oh, that was a mistake. It might not have been a good movie, but at least it would have made more sense. And of course, the action is chopped to pieces. There's no semblance of like a conventional narrative, I would say, or even it's to say it's unconventional is to put it mildly. It just kind of bumps around. There's no sense of a first act, second act, third act. I would say don't waste your money on this. I mean, unless I know some folks I know at SCAD are right now angry over the fact that I've made the comments about saying how bad this film is. That this film is very bad. I know some people were angry with the fact that I said Tree of Life should never have been nominated for the Oscars. They're gonna be more mad about me saying I hated To the Wonder, a title which doesn't make sense. No, I'm so good. So yeah, this was not good. It, and I like Ben Affleck. I like Ben Affleck. I like Olga Kurylenko. I like Javier Bardem. I like Rachel McAdams. But I have to say, there's nothing for them to do in this movie because you don't see them doing. Oh, you see them doing so. You see them walking around. You see them looking around, and that's about it. There's a couple of little mumbled dialogue between each other, but that's about it. There's no way to judge if this performance was really, really good or if this was a really bad performance. It's just the characters walking around and the camera swoops in, it comes back out, it floats. I'm just propping my hand against the car like this. This is steadier than the camera would not stop moving in this movie, which I do like a moving camera, but these are the times of, okay, I do award the merits of a tripod. A tripod should be brought in a couple times. But yeah, this I knew what I knew what I was getting into before I saw the movie. I knew what I was getting into, guys. So don't watch a whole video before you post it. But I knew what I was getting into. But this still, my meager expectations were not even met, and I grew very frustrated by this movie. If you like Terrence Malick, if you like that artsy, fartsy, really kind of this film overly pretentious. So this film is very pretentious. It's like, oh, I'm trying to tell this great, wonderful love story, and it's not. You're just trying to, make up for. There's nothing in this movie. It's really hard to even judge this film because it it just happens, and there's nothing. There's no character development. There's no great insight. Um, there's nothing really in this movie I can recommend. But if you like Terrence Malick, you're going to go see it anyway. And I know some people out there are going to hate on me for hating this film. You know what? If you enjoy it, fine. I don't know what you enjoy about it, but okay. Power to you. I know some people right here are writing in the comments say, "Oh, Rick, you like Uwe Boll, you like Paul W.S. Anderson, you like Birdemic and all that." Yeah, yeah. I know what I'm getting into for those movies, and those movies deliver something that even if you can say, "Oh, but Uwe Boll did Blood Rain," well, he at least told a story. You know, there's there's really nothing in this movie, I would say, in terms of a story to be pulled from it. You just kind of go, okay, and that's why I was summed up early when I said that Ben Affleck falls in love with Kurenko in France. They move back to America, doesn't end well. She leaves. Rachel McAdams comes in. And Rachel McAdams is in the film for about 15, 20 minutes. And then she completely disappears. But for all I know, she could have had more scenes. But being Terrence Malick, he shoots an 8-hour movie and then goes, right, I'm going to chop it up into 2 hours and be damned with everything. And, you know, Thin Red Line, he left about 6 or 7 people on the cutting room floor. Tree of Life, he pretty much cut Sean Penn out of the movie. And in this film, I have no idea who else was in the film, but there's probably quite a few people who was in the movie and then he just cut them out. Yeah, this. Yeah, don't. My recommendation is, if you like Terrence Malick, you like art films, you're not gonna listen to me, and you're gonna go see the film anyway. But if if, but otherwise, I would say just no. Take your money, spend it on something else. And funny, there was someone in the theater behind me, about a row behind me, who was saying, "Oh, I can't tell his friend." Like, and they're all chittering about various art movies and directors and so I'm thinking, okay, I'm like, I'm about to turn around, and one of them said, "Oh, Guillermo del Toro directed Blade," and I was about to turn around just to kind of say, "Oh, he directed Blade too," and maybe introduce myself and all that. But then he said to his friend, "Oh, I guarantee this will be the most beautiful film this year." It's not. No, it's not. But yeah, I'm circling around because I'm just trying to struggle to say something, because this film is almost critic proof, because Terrence Malick has done 6 films his whole 30-year career, and all the critics love him. Why? You know? So, no. But yeah, that's it. That's my video review, trying to get all my thoughts as best I can into this for To the Wonder. Um, Terrence Malick has a new film coming out, I think, also this year or next year, with Christian Bale, if he doesn't wind up on the cutting room floor. Um, I probably won't see that unless I get other people with me. You see, I wound up seeing it by myself. I failed in convincing people to come watch this with me. So, um, that's it. I apologize for the video. It's on my iPhone. And I apologize for the audio. It's on my iPhone. But, yeah.